Hi everybody. Today we are here to answer the question why loved ones with dementia can't try a little harder. Why don't aging parents try harder? Why don't they put more effort into taking care of themselves and doing all of the things that they should? Why can't a person with dementia try harder to put clothes on their body, on the right body parts? Because if you're a caregiver, you know sometimes that doesn't happen. Now, one day when you are the person who needs care, we'll really be able to, all of us, understand why trying harder isn't possible for a lot of reasons, especially with people who are diagnosed with memory loss. I'm Pamela D. Wilson. My website is PamelaDWilson.com. Please press the share button to share these videos with other caregivers and aging adults who are looking for hope, help, and support. Follow my YouTube channel. Also check out my website. I'm a caregiving expert with more than 20 years of expertise in this field, helping caregivers and aging adults as a care manager, court-appointed guardian, medical financial power of attorney. Plenty of information on my website, extensive courses, podcast, everything. So stay with me for a few minutes while I share the realities of what being diagnosed with memory loss is like. Now, depending on the time when a person is diagnosed, sometimes very early in the process, sometimes really too late in the process, right? Your parents been living 2,000 miles across the country and you're somewhere else and you see that they're forgetful and you go home and you're like, oh my God, something really is wrong. And then they're diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Well, the problem is if they're diagnosed too late, they can't understand that they have anything wrong with them. You mentioned Alzheimer's or dementia. They could get really upset because they know those are bad words, even though they don't know what they mean. And heaven forbid, there is nothing wrong with them. They are not forgetful. That's the one thing that you don't want to do as a caregiver. Never, ever tell the person with memory loss that they forgot something because they can't rationalize that. Being forgetful means nothing to them because the minute that you say that, 5 minutes later, they don't even remember that you said it. And when you as the caregiver do that, right, you're trying to bring them into your world. You're trying to rationalize with them, and that does not work because the connection in their brain that used to be able to do that, it's gone, it's broken. It's like a broken down car that cannot be fixed anymore. And that's the biggest thing for caregivers of loved ones with Alzheimer's or dementia to consider is this condition cannot be fixed, and it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. If you think of yourself, the ability to learn new things requires short-term working memory. And you can test yourself on this one, right? What were you doing 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago? Or can you retrace every single step that you took today from the minute that you walked in the door to your house till now, whether that was 30 minutes ago, 5 hours ago? Do you remember every little detail of that? Remembering those things are not easy even for those of us who don't have memory loss because we're so distracted and there's so much going on in our mind and we have so much to do and we're racing from here to there that we don't remember things. Here's another good example. How many times do you meet somebody and they say, oh, hi, I'm Joan or I'm Sam or I'm whatever. And you walk away and you see them again and you're like, oh, hell, I don't remember what their name was. Well, just because you don't remember what their name was doesn't mean that you have memory loss. It just means that your brain was inattentive. It was somewhere else when you met them. You didn't commit their name to your memory. You didn't relate it to something that you would remember. Those are the processes of how our brain works to get that new information into our long-term memory. And with people with dementia, it doesn't work. They have no short-term memory anymore, so it cannot get to a long-term memory place where they remember things. Now, long-term memory is, yeah, I remember 50 years ago when I got married. I remember, my kids, maybe, right? I remember all this stuff. New stuff, forget it. They're not going to be able to do it. And as memory loss progresses, what you're going to see is your mom or dad, and maybe some of us do this now, right? We're trying to come up with this word. We're trying to remember that movie we saw or something that we did. Well, that is more frequent with people with memory loss. And then eventually they're going to be able to not do things that they could do. So like, I have a blouse on, I have buttons on here. They're not going to remember how to button a shirt. Or they're going to put a shirt on over their head and the back is going to be in the front and the front's going to be in the back. Or they're going to put on a pair of pants and the pants are going to be on backwards. Or they're going to put two different pairs of shoes, right? One pair on one foot and one pair on the other. How many of us have actually done that on a good day, right? Eventually, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between a fork and a spoon, or even sometimes how to use that fork or use that spoon. So they start to eat with their hands. And caregivers can look at this like, oh my God, my parents have bad manners. Has nothing to do with that. Their memory is broken. Your sweet mother or father has a malfunctioning brain that can't help them do all these tasks anymore. So wanting them to get better, wanting them to try harder, not possible. So the next time you want a loved one to try a little harder, take a moment to consider that their brain just doesn't work anymore, and be compassionate. And then think about the last time you as a person tried to recall somebody's name or remember to do something, or you went to the grocery store and you had a list and you left the list at home, or you had the list and you forgot to buy like item number 7 on the list. We all get so busy in life that we are forgetful. But true dementia or memory loss is a very different thing. It doesn't get better. It will progress. It will get worse. Dementia and Alzheimer's are a horrible, horrible disease. Eventually, they may not even remember who you are. So as caregivers, we all have to do the best we can. Your loved one with dementia is doing the best that he or she can every day with the skills and abilities that they have. We as caregivers do the best that we can with the skills and abilities that we have. So the best advice I can give you is be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, and be the same with other people, especially those that you care for in your life. I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. Again, please press the share button. Follow my YouTube channel where there are over 800 videos for caregivers. Go to my website, PamelaDWilson.com. There's an online program there with a module on caring for loved ones with dementia. Listen to my podcast, The Caring Generation. You can check out my Facebook group called The Caregiving Trap. I also have a book under that name. A lot of hope, help, and support for caregivers and aging adults. Thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you all again soon in another video.